Writing a new blog post on your WordPress website. First we need to log in. So go to the home page of your website, and in the URL bar at the top here there'll be a / at the end of your URL, and then just put your cursor and type wp-admin and press enter, and now you put your username and password in. Click the login button. Now I've logged in as an author user type. There are different types of users in WordPress, and because I'm logged in as an author user type, I only see a few of the options in the sidebar here, and that means that you can only do a certain amount of damage to your website. If you log in as an administrator, you've got full power over the entire site, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can break things. But logging in as an author is much safer, and you can write blog posts as an author. So we need to make a new post. Let's close this. So you type a post title where it says add title. And you can start typing here, or if you've written your web page using Microsoft Word, you can just, where it says type / to choose a block, you can just put your cursor to activate it. When you see the cursor flashing, just paste in the text from Word. If you're using Word to write your text, keep it simple. You can use headlines and paragraphs and lists, but don't use any fancy formatting in Word because it won't transfer to WordPress. So if you want to copy from Word, keep the formatting simple. I'm going to type straight into WordPress, so I'll put my cursor there and I can just start typing. Now, to save time, I've written some text earlier. I'm just going to paste that in. Now we can change paragraphs into headlines. Select the paragraph. This icon is a paragraph icon here. So if we select or put our cursor in that paragraph, click this icon and choose heading. Now there are two headings. There's heading and headline. In this tutorial I'm using heading because it's simpler. So I change it to a heading, and now I can have it as a H2 or a H3, H4, H5, H6. Don't use H1 in the body of your blog post. H1 is for the post title only. So when you actually type in your text in here, only use H2, H3, H4. If you want to, you can use 5 and 6. So just put your cursor in the headline or in the paragraph. Click the paragraph icon, change it to a heading, and then you can select different heading sizes. Assigning your blog post to a category. Now there's this little icon here. If you click this, and it will show or hide the settings sidebar. So I want to see the settings sidebar. I want the post option here, not block, I want post, and I'm going to expand categories. I'm going to choose a category to place my post in. Now this one's about business, so I choose the business category. I'm going to untick uncategorized, so it's only in one category, it's in business, and then I'm going to save the draft. Assigning a featured image to your post. While I'm still in the post section of the WordPress settings sidebar, underneath categories there's a section called featured image. So just expand featured image and I can set the featured image. Now I've already got some in my media library. If you don't have any images uploaded yet, click upload files and you can select things from your desktop here. I want one from the media library. I want this image. I'm going to set the image as a featured image. So I'm going to save the draft. Now I want to show you what the featured image is. So I'm going to publish this post. Normally I wouldn't publish the post until it's finished. But I just want to show you what it's going to look like. So I'll click publish and then I can show you how the page will look. View the post. And I've got the featured image at the top here. But if we go to the home page, your new blog post will automatically be listed in the section that you've assigned it to. And so this was in the business section. So we click business and this is the post. We click the post and it appears in our page. Now the way this looks, the design will be different depending on your chosen design, but it always works in a similar way. When you make a new post, assign it to a category, and when someone visits that category, they'll see that post. So after viewing the post, I want to edit the post again. So I want to go to Edit Post. Placing an image in the body of your blog post. So at the end of the paragraph, I'm going to place my cursor after the last character, press enter, and now I see it says type a / to choose a block. Now I can either type text directly in there, but if I want to choose a block, I type a / and I get a list of some of the blocks I could use. If my block is not on this list, I can type the thing I want. So if I type image there, straight after the /, no space, type image, and WordPress will show me the different image block options available. I want the one that says image. I'm going to use an image from my media library. I could upload a new one, but I've got one in my media library. And I just choose the image I want to insert in the page. And then click select. And now the image is inserted in the page. Pasting a pattern or a layout from the GenerateBlocks pattern library. Now the site I've built here uses GenerateBlocks, which means we can use these pattern library layouts. So we go to the GenerateBlocks website and we choose pattern library. I can now filter. We've got pro or premium layouts and free ones. So I just want to see the free ones. So I filter for free. And then here I can choose things like buttons, headlines, pricing table, things like that. I'm going to use content. And these are all things that will look good in the content area of my page. So I'm going to use this pattern. So I hover over the pattern, click copy. Then I just go back to my web page, place my cursor at the very end of a paragraph, press enter, and then I can just paste. So it's Control V on Windows or Command V on a Macintosh. And that's been pasted into my page. I've got to change this to wide width. Update, and then I'll preview to see what it looks like. Now it looks a bit lopsided on this preview, but when we actually look at the page, it'll be in the right place. Now, if you look carefully at the bottom of this here, this is a heading. I'll make it into a more noticeable heading. And it's a bit close to this here. So what I need to do, I'm going to open up list view, and I select the headline, and then I'll close all the boxes of this container, because this container has got a lot of stuff inside it. So I close all the boxes, and so the heading is selected. I want to select the thing above the heading, which is this container. And now I'm going to this sidebar here, to spacing, margin. I can add a bottom margin of 30 pixels. And that gives me a bit of space below this box. Now I'm going to swap the images. So I need to go to edit post again. So I click edit post because I'm viewing the post at the moment. So I need to go back to the edit post. And there are two types of images. This image, if we click this one, this is an image block. And when you click an image block, you see this replace option here. So if you want to replace that one, all you need to do is click the image, click replace, and you can navigate to your new image. Now this image here, this is a background image. So when we click this, we don't see the replace option. So what we do, we click this, and then we look in the sidebar, and we want to go to backgrounds. So with the image selected, backgrounds, and we've got this browse option here. And so we could browse for another image and change the image to the one we want to use. If you wanted to, you could upload your own image. So always remember, if you try to edit something, suppose you put your cursor in and you think, I'll add a bit of space there, you press the enter key, nothing happens. Look in the toolbar at the top, see if you can see edit post. If you can see edit post, you're not in edit view. So you need to click edit post so that you can edit the post. And if you can see this big W and the blue button at the top, then you're editing the post. Now I'm going to change the colour of the text. So if we click inside this, this is a paragraph. So if we click in there, we'll see this paragraph option. We've got text colour and the background colour of the text block. So if we wanted to, we could change the colour of the text. I don't want to. If we click this one, it's slightly different because this is actually a headline block that looks like a paragraph. But if you click in there and then you go to colours in the sidebar, you'll be able to change the colour of the text. So there are two ways to do it, but they're both very similar. Click in the text, look in the sidebar. If you can't actually see the text colour option, as with this one, open up the colours tab and then you'll be able to see the colours. Buttons and links. I'm going to go back to the pattern library. This is the GenerateBlocks website, and I'm at the pattern library. I'm looking for free, and I'm going to find buttons. Now, I want to use this button, so I copy it, go back to my website, I'm going to paste the button under here. So what I can do, I can hover. When you see this little stripe and the plus icon, you can click that, or you just click at the very end of a paragraph, press enter, and you can add a new block. So I've copied a block from the GenerateBlocks website and I'm going to paste it in there, and I've got a button. I'll just close list view. So now I've got my button. I want to change the colours. So first of all, I'm going to select the text, and I can just type my own text in there. I can add a link by when the text is selected, or when the button's selected. Click this link icon. Now the easiest way to find the link is to actually copy it from the page. If it's a page on another website, so suppose I want to link to the Google homepage, I click this icon here, but I need the URL. So this box at the top, we copy from there, and then we can paste that link into this box. Now there's a little pound sign or a hash sign there, so I can delete that, paste in the link, and then I can click this one that says open link in a new tab. So when someone clicks the link, the page will open in a new tab in their browser. So I'll just save that or update, and I'll show you what I mean by opening in a new tab in the browser. Scroll down to the button. So if they click this button now, it won't open in this page, it will open in a new browser tab. Now I'm going to change the colours, the button colours. So if I click to select the button, then in colours I can change the background colour, I can change the hover colour. So now when someone hovers over the button, it changes colour, and I can change the text on the button. Now I want it to be white in both instances. I'll just briefly explain about the different colour options. So when we click the colour button here, we can drag these around to choose colours, or we can choose from these, this row at the bottom. The row at the bottom are called global colours, and the good thing about using these colours is that if we use these, whenever we change the global colours of the website, all of the colours in the website will change. It just makes it easier if you ever update your website. So you could got the choice, you can either drag these around to choose a colour, or you can choose the global colours. I always use these global colours at the bottom wherever possible, and that helps me if I ever want to update the website. Now I'm going to add a bit of space below the button, so I need to go into the sidebar here, look for spacing, and I want some margin below the button, so 30 pixels below the button. I've got some space below the button. And if ever you can't see this sidebar, just click this little icon, and that shows or hides the WordPress settings sidebar. Now, as well as buttons with links, we can place a link in any text. So if we want to place a link in this text, we need to highlight the text, then click the link icon in the toolbar that appears above the text, paste our URL, which is Google, in there. Now you've got to remember, when you're doing a text link, you've got to click this button that says submit. I want this to open in a new tab, so I'll make sure to do that. Then I click submit. Now we've got a link here. So if we view this page, we'll update the page. View post. Scroll down to where I put the link. So now we've got a link in the text. We can click the link and it takes us to wherever the link links to. If you want to link to your own website, what you can do, you can search for a page on your own website. So supposing I want to link to this page, I just search for something that's in the post title and it'll show me web pages on my site with that in the post title. All you need to do, click to accept it, and then we're going to update or save the page. I'll view that post again. So if I click this one now, it takes us to a page in our own website. Navigating around your website when you are logged in. When you log in, you'll see the admin bar at the top. It's that black bar across the top. If you hover over the name of your website, you'll see an option. This one says Visit Site because we're currently in the dashboard. So when you're in the dashboard, hover over the name of your website and you'll see Visit Site. This shows you your website as if you were a site visitor, but you're still logged in. If we go back to the dashboard, we can choose Posts, All Posts, and that will show us all of the posts that we've written. There's only one post on this site, so there's only one. But if you hover over a post name, click Edit, and you can edit that post. Click the big W. I find it easier if I visit the site and then navigate to the post I want to change, and then I can click this Edit Post tab. Then I can edit that post. It's a much easier way to navigate around your website. I'm now editing the post and I can make changes if I want to. And the admin bar at the top of the screen has gone and we've now got the top toolbar. It's easy to tell that we're in edit mode because we've got the undo and redo buttons and we've got the update button here, or the publish button. Now when you update a post, for a few seconds you'll see this link at the bottom that says view post. So we click that, we're now looking at the blog post as your site visitor would see it. We've come out of edit mode and we're viewing what they call the front end. And here's the button that says edit post. So if we wanted to edit again, we click that. We're editing the post. Now, because I haven't made any changes to this post, this button is greyed out. And one thing that's confusing is how do we leave edit mode when the blue button is greyed out? Now the easiest way is to hover over preview, choose preview in a new tab, and you're back into the front end. Now if you close the previous tab and you've saved, it will just close. But let's pretend we've made an update to this page. We've changed the page. We go to preview, preview in new tab, and now I close the tab I've just left. So we close this. We'll get a message saying I haven't saved my changes. So I click cancel because I don't want to close that page until I've saved. So make sure you update before you view the post. Now eventually you'll have finished your post, you want to log out, and so when you see the admin bar at the top here, hover over your username and click log out. And just before we finish, if you make a mistake, remember to use the undo button. Now the undo button will only undo to and take you back to the last time you saved the page. But if you've only just made a mistake, you think, I didn't want to do that, come to the top here and use the undo button. And don't forget to click the big blue button at the top here to save your page. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching and bye for now.